has received an informal invite for the second Ukraine Peace Summit. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Russia should be represented at the second summit. But the Kremlin has responded, saying that Russia needs to understand what Zelensky means by a peace summit. Russia has maintained firm conditions and requires them to be fulfilled to hold any peace talks. Just last week, a Russian deputy foreign minister has said that Moscow would not attend a follow-up summit. In over 2 years of war, both sides have shunned direct peace talks. Zelensky now aims to secure lasting peace with the Kremlin. He's also said that he has a goal to have all the elements of a peace plan ready so that he can hold a follow-up summit in November.
I believe that for this, we're ready to hold the second Ukraine Peace Summit sooner rather than later, and I believe that representatives of Russia should be present at the second summit. I set a goal that in November we would have a fully ready plan, thus the summit. Probably, well, the plan and everything else for the second summit will be ready.
At the first summit in Switzerland last month, Ukraine hosted delegations from 92 countries to advance its blueprint for peace. Russia was not invited, and the Kremlin also dismissed the summit as a non-starter. Now, Zelensky's remarks come after his visit to Washington for a NATO summit. At a press conference after the visit, the president had opened the door to direct talks with Moscow. In fact, almost half of Ukrainians also believe it's time to start official peace talks with Russia. That's according to a new poll. A survey published by the ZN.UA media outlet has found that 44% of Ukrainians think it's time for peace negotiations with Russia. Now, while Ukraine has been preparing for the second peace gathering, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán was also on what he calls a peacemaking mission. Hungary has sought the prestige of a mediator after taking over the European Union's presidency on July the 1st. Since then, Orbán has been on a world tour without a plan of his own. He visited Ukraine, Russia, Azerbaijan, China and the United States. Orbán says the peace mission is aimed at brokering an end to Russia's war in Ukraine. Hungary's claim is that it's close to becoming the only country in Europe that can talk to both warring sides. But when Orbán embarked on his trip, the Kremlin dismissed it as inconsequential. Orbán's trip has, however, led to one key consequence. It has angered his European partners. Top officials of the European Union will boycott meetings in Budapest hosted by Hungary. They say they had not been informed in advance about the rogue meetings with Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, and that Orbán had not been acting on behalf of the bloc.